Alright, welcome back to One Piece Anime Review, episode number, I want to be sure I got this correct, 223. Yep. And this time I'm reviewing the 1000th episode of One Piece. Yep. Yes, who would have thunk, though, that One Piece would be the second series I reviewed to get this far? And this one's called Overwhelming Strength, the Straw Hat Pirates Gather. And, of course, we're discussing the 1032nd chapter of the manga. I've got to say, congratulations, One Piece, for hitting 1,000 episodes. Yes, this is mainly the reason why I decided to do this before I do Jabba's Incarnation. Don't worry, with next week, we're going to switch it back to Jabba's Incarnation, One Piece, and Boruto. Yes, starting next week, basically back to that, but I switched it first because of this important mouse episode. Now, in this episode, I'm going to recap first because here's the thing: like as soon as you get past the opening, like you see the Funimation logo, Toei, and then we see something completely different. Instead of the normal song we normally hearing for quite a while, the song that's here in this episode, which I will get to the name of it. Okay, the normal song is basically Dreaming On. That's the current anime. That's the current opening theme they have right now. They did take a break for one episode because of this episode particularly. It's been going on since episode 935. They've been using this particular sequence. Yep.
This for you. Feels like I have a Slim Fast. You have 4 in the cabinet there. Decide what you're gonna have for supper?
I haven't decided yet.
Well, I haven't heard from Mom, so if you decide you want to go out to eat, that you can do that. I got Clover's coupons in the kitchen, but
Okay.
talk to Mom about that first, right?
Okay. Yes.
We're probably going out tomorrow night or next night. I don't know what the plans are at all.
Okay. Alright, anyways. Yes. Now, the one we're using, this one, is basically a new anime version of We Are. Yes, the classic opening theme song, which this is actually the first episode to use this since, let me look up here. Let's see, this is just a remix of this one. This actually is the first time since episode 47. That was the last time officially we used this one. Yes, apparently uses an insert for like episodes 129 and 152. They use Romance Dawn. Yeah, but 47. This is the first time since 47, which I believe was like toward the end of season 1. So for a regular opening episode, like. Yeah, this is probably by far the first time since that particular. I don't think Romance Dawn used it, did it? No, that was no V8. But yeah, the first time since episode 47. So this is the first time since 2000 that this particular opening title sequence has been seen. So it's been 21 years. This is original opening title sequence basically is used. And what they did with this one is they switch out like a lot of stuff. Like Luffy, we see him like see everybody in the current attire we usually see in the current thing. Mostly they switch out that, and they added G-Mate to the footage. And aside from that, oh yeah, they switch out the tires, they add Jinbei, and they switch out the Going Merry with the Thousand Sunny. But aside from that, they in fact update the animation, which I think is so fantastic. It's great to hear the song again. It's a really damn good song. Now, it is heard a couple times. It's basically like anything to end like a fight. I think last time officially this was used was, I believe it was during the finale of the Alabasta arc when the Straw Hats were leaving Alabasta. They used this very song. That's great, the fact they used it. And yeah, then we jump into the episode 7. Now this episode has got a lot of stock footage. Yes, a ton of stock footage. Snippets from various different like story arcs this whole series. Like for Luffy, We get his from the very like some from the very first arc when he stuff Shanks, with stuff from Alabasta, what beat the crap out of Crocodile. There's one beats of I think it's Rob Lucci from the Ennie's Lobby, which, according to some people, is actually considered to be one of the best arcs of the whole series. There's something from Marineford, and that's it. And that's it for Luffy. For Zoro, we see from his first appearance, which is also from Romance Dawn. We see for him for that one. We see it from the Baratie arc, where he takes in Hawkeye and Mihawk. We also see, for the first time since Thriller Bark, we get Thriller Bark basically mentioned. One of two times Thriller Bark is actually brought up here as a little bit of stock footage. This time it's to take on that guy who took on a freaking dragon back in his own one show, which Oden wrote. Great to see that again. And we also see, we used to see first as kids that we see him growing up. And I think, I'm trying to think here. Was there anything else they show here for him? I think that's it. I can't think of anything else they did show for him for flashback stuff. For when they did Nami, it's mostly from her actual manga introduction compared to her anime introduction, which actually was in episode 1, which she was inserted in complete original footage. Now, they went with the manga version with her showing up when she first met Luffy during the Orange Town arc. We see her for that, where she's crying during the Arlong Park arc. I'm trying to think what was. Oh yeah, we also see her from Envy's Lobby. One of several of them, basically. A lot of them basically do from Envy's Lobby. There's that one, and we see another one with her in it, but that's for Sanji's perspective from the Thriller Bark. And I'm trying to think here. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, weirdly enough, like only a couple of the characters get stuff from the post time skip, but Nami doesn't get anything. You see her currently. You see a picture of her in her current attire. For Sanji, it's basically from the end of the Baratie arc. We see also from, let's see, don't think it was anything from, there was an episode from Alabasta. We took on Ball and Clay. We do see it from Whole Cake when he's crying. And I'm trying, we also see the one thing from Thriller Bark for him, and that's it. For Brook, it's from Thriller Bark, and trying to think, what else was it? Mostly it's a lot of stuff from him from Thriller Bark. Like almost all of the stock footage for him they use, the snippets used for him, it's all from Thriller Bark, and like one snippet from the post time skip stuff, and that's it for him. For Frankie, it's mostly some of his flashback stuff from the Water 7 arc, and that's it for him. Basically, a lot of stuff from Water 7. For Nika Robin, for her, basically her introduction, or her first time meeting the Straw Hat Crew at the start of the Alabasta arc. We see stuff from Ennie's Lobby, her centric arc. And, I'm trying to think here, what else they do for Nika Robin? They also did Skypiea, which I think this was the only one actually did anything for Skypiea. Which, that's interesting, that she's the only one who gets snippet from Skypiea. Yes. Also Luffy did get. I think Luffy got one thing from the Jaya arc for him. I'm trying to think what else for Nika Robin. No, I think that's it. For Usopp, there was one thing with Dressrosa, which that was quite surprising. We see one from Thriller Bark, which takes on Panora. I'm trying to think who else was it. What other snippets they took from? I'm trying to think what else was it. I'm thinking here about it. Surprisingly, nothing from Surf Village, and I thought that was a bit of a surprise. There was nothing from his arc, from his introduction arc, which I thought that was kind of weird. Yes, I thought that was kind of odd, the fact that he knew anything for that. Let's see. I think that's everybody. Yep, I think that's all the Straw Hats I can think of. Yep, so them basically be a bunch of... of course, we do see Luffy. We try to get to the top, but he's blocked. We do see a bunch of other people there. They add more people there who actually have flying powers like King does. And we see Queen. Now, Queen has a slightly different reaction he does in the anime, in the manga, where he basically thinks about the warden from the Udon prison. He's literally like, he sees his eyes pop out like... Straw Hat. I think it's so funny. Now, here's the strange thing, though. Now, this episode does adapt from pages 12 to 17 of chapter 989 and pages 2 to 5 of 990. But here's something really weird, though. They actually put 990 first. They put all that stuff first, then they go through all the rest of the stuff from chapter 989. Yes. And this stuff they can show all the stuff here for the Straw Hats, and they come how all come together. We see the combination of the General Frankie robot, which is always awesome to see in the anime. I believe this is the first time it's been seen since. Let me think. Was it Saint Dressrosa? No, it's not Saint Dressrosa. I believe this is the first time it's been seen. Now think about this. I think this is the first time since. I would probably say Punk Hazard was the last time officially it's been seen in the anime itself. Yes, that's something quite interesting though about the General Frankie. First time since that arc in particular we see the General Frankie, because it didn't pop up in Dressrosa, it didn't pop up in Zoo Island, and it was not used during Whole Cake because they didn't bother to use it. They used the Blue Shark submarine, but not the General Frankie because Frankie wasn't there because don't need to really need it there. Mm-hmm. Yep, and we see all the Straw Hats come together. Now I really think that carrot should have been there. Also, they bring back something I had not seen in a long time. What was it? The classic eye catcher. Yes, where they have all the current Straw Hats. They have Jinbei on the far left, and they have all these Straw Hats all lined up, and they replaced the Going Merry with the 1000. And I love the fact they brought this back. Heck, they even threw in the old Wonder poster. Like, wow. Like, when was the last time we saw this eye catcher? Like, I think the last time officially was used was probably during Alabasta. And it is great, though, that we got a chance to use this for this particular one. Oh, yeah, and also aside from the stock footage, we all see everybody's current bounties. Like, Luffy's 1.5, Zoro is like 320, Usopp is like 200 million. I think Chopper's like 100 berries. Frankie's like 90. Nami is like, I believe hers is like 60. Brooke is like 83 million. And here's the thing, Jinbei is 428 million, which makes him now. Of course, Sanji can brag the fact that his bounty is higher than Zoro's, but Jinbei's is higher than his by over 100 million. Yep. Yeah, of course we do see Sanji when he shows up. You see him basically first in the Germa suit, and then he takes it off and puts it away, and he says, "Damn Germa." And you might be asking, does he put this on again in the rest of the arc? As far as I can remember, he doesn't put this on again. He hates to wear this damn thing. And we see all shots come here in this great shot from chapter 989. And that's it for that. But that's technically the episode ends. But before all the stuff I just mentioned, we actually have the opening scene is simply like on top of the Skull Dome, where all the Minks were taking on Jack's troops, and a lot have been defeated. So we didn't have Dogstorm and Cat Vapor. They transform into their Sulon forms, and you see them in this great animation where they basically just go right after Jack. And by the way, when they transform into Sulon forms, now these guys do get a little bigger. Like, these two get freaking huge. I mean, they're almost as big as freaking Kaido in his human form. Like, wow, that is so cool. And overall, this was a great episode. I mean, yes, it was only 23 minutes, but you would think, though, for 1,000 episodes, they would make this slightly longer. But here's the thing. They probably don't want to catch up too quickly to the manga. It's probably the reason why this episode is not an hour long, like that hour-long episode from when they had those two episodes air on the same day for the Whole Cake arc. They probably didn't want to see anything with this one. But great episode. Excuse me, love it. Also, they included in the actual footage itself, the opening title sequence, they included Boa Hancock. Yes, there's actually a list here what they in the new version of it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but great episode. Alright, now moving on to new chapter manga, 1032, Oden's Beloved Blade. The cover image is featuring Yamato. First time she's ever appeared on the covers. It's called Reader's Request, Black Cats and Yamato Making Deliveries. Great. I love the fact she finally appears in the covers. Yeah, first time she's ever appeared in the covers. So episode with Enzo using a flame I think it's Marcos, to go after Big Mom, who's basically somewhat dazed, and then we see the numbers active again. Where Scratchman is like, "Wait, yeah, must hear me out. I'm busy right now. Don't follow me. Arba, haven't you learned your lesson yet?" And of course, chase up on numbers. I think it's quite hilarious. Of course, she's running because she wants to basically prevent the destruction of the flower capital. Of course, she's gonna lower trying to prevent it, and she really wants to get onto the bottom. And she's like a few floors away. Yeah, times of food you help. And of course, there's Brooke singing. I'm surprised Brooke doesn't help out Yamato. And of course, the reason why she's not, because he's encountering CP0. CP0 is near outside those flames. Let me ask again, so let's hurry. Yep. And I love Scratchman's line. "Lapdogs, this is a dragon spot in the Kaido's castle. What a scoop this is. I bet Morgan's paid big for these picks. After losing their arms broke a dough of Mingo, the government is finally swooped to. Don't get over your head." Yep, and then he gets punched right in the face by one of the members of CP0, and he's down. And this guy who's not Rob Lucci's X-Drake, "Do you think we're not aware of who you exactly are? Then why don't you start with some excuses? Inconvenient truths are meant to be erased." Boom! Yep. That hurt. Stupid Gummer Assassins. You're still alive. Yeah, X-Ray take down this guy, and of course I think he's gonna tell him like, "Learn to use a little thing called armored hockey, idiot. They're gonna pay now. And you're in the Navy, aren't you?" "Shut up. Are you in or out?" "They started this fight." "No, you did." And of course they proceed to beat the crap more out of CP0. And apparently we have Zoro and King fighting outside the dome. Yeah, they're basically fighting the sky. And we apparently see him look like he's pulling back. It's like, Piro probably like, what? And it looks like his head is coming out, but it really didn't. Just basically just a little blast. And of course Zoro does his 360-pound feat. He did in the anime too. So, yeah, twice. Not only the anime, but also new chapter in the manga, he does this particular move. He loves doing 360-pound peaks. His figure land hit it. Yep, and of course, they continue fighting each other for several pages. Great fight scene here. And apparently Emma is absorbing his hockey again. And then we see Orochi. Now, I should point out that Orochi is supposed to be dead. Yes. He had his head chopped off by Kaido. How the heck he's still alive? Don't know. And in case he sees him, like, apparently at the treasure repository. And he sees a woman named Kurosaki. He's like, "Have I died and gone to heaven, or just a dream? Since terrible, I've spent a night without daydreaming without you, my dear. Can I forgive you? Near God, my lord, I'm always by your side. If this is a dream, don't wake me up." I'm like, okay. I'm not really sure why the heck they decided to include her for, but okay. But great chapter. 10 out of 10. Nothing really wrong with this chapter. Just really good. I can't wait for next week's chapter, which is going to come out next week. Okay, so that's the particular review. Oh, also, I should mention they did announce another One Piece film is coming out soon. Yes, called One Piece Red. And apparently this is going to be a canon movie. And it's set to release next year in August. I'm like, wow, that's going to be quite cool. Yeah, apparently it looks like on the cover, it looks like possibly like some woman. Like, it looks like some from Sky Island. And apparently it involves Shanks. Which should be interesting. And apparently, and also, The cover image, the poster looks like that's the one from Skypiea, which that should be quite interesting to see when this movie comes out next year. Okay, so that's it for Cycle Review. Stay tuned for next review, which will be definitely Jobs Incarnation, the Baruto, and that'll be, and then I'll hopefully go back to doing, well, Walking with Neighbor School. Okay, next video. Bye.